There's a quarterback battle happening in Jackson State. At least is what they're saying. I don't necessarily know if there's one, but I'm going to tell you why. Spoke about this before, but I want to reiterate why I believe Jacobian Morgan, quarterback number 15 for JSU, is the key to them having a ton of success this year. And I think he is a sleeper for SWAC Player of the Year. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsJr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload all the time. Now, today I'm here talking about Jacobian Morgan, quarterback number 15 for JSU, and why he is the key to Jackson State having a successful season. I made the video earlier about why I think people are sleeping on JSU. I think they had a ton of turnover on their coaching staff. They had to go out and acquire different talent, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. But Coach TC Taylor, I think, is stepping up his game. So he spoke about this, saying that he had to kind of rush to put together his staff last year, and he went after some heavy hitters, both on the offensive side of the ball. Maurice Harris, veteran play caller, veteran guy from the Power Five, was under Hugh Freeze for a long time. He's left to go back under Hugh Freeze at Auburn. And then on his defensive side of the ball, he had a veteran defensive coordinator that had come from Alcorn, and now he's moved on. And in those positions, Coach Taylor's filled it with young blood that is there, that is looking to be there for a long time, and it's looking to help him up his game. And I think he only winning 7 games, going 7-4 last year, in losing to Alcorn, losing to Alabama State, getting blown out by Texas State and FAMU, like that has, I think, inspired and motivated Coach TC Taylor. But none of that is going to matter if he doesn't have the right signal caller, and I think he does, and I think he has a signal caller that can help him win a ton of games, and that is Jacobian Morgan, the transfer from Syracuse. Now, let's talk about Jacobian Morgan. Jacobian Morgan came into last year late. He was hurt at the beginning of the year, and Jason Brown had won the starting job during the offseason. Jacobian came in late, was a backup for a while, but then got to play in 6 games. And in those 6 games, his passing numbers aren't going to blow you away. But he had 10 passing touchdowns in 6 games to only 1 interception and completed 67% of his passes. It was only throwing for about 140 yards per game, but nonetheless, that's what he did. And then on the ground, he scored 6 touchdowns on the ground running during those 6 games. So 16 total touchdowns to only 1 interception for Jacobian Morgan last year, while completing 67% of his passes, coming into camp late, and initially being the second or third string guy behind Jason Brown and others. Now you have Jacobian Morgan with the full off season, with the season under his belt, a complete spring ball, a full off season. And yes, there's competition. You're supposed to bring in new quarterbacks each and every single year to compete with the incumbent, to get the incumbent, make him better, to strive for greatness. And just in case something were to happen to the incumbent, to the starter, to have a guy that's a really good replacement if something were to ever happen. But the start is going to be Jacobian Morgan. And the reason why is because this man is uber talented. Let's not act like Jacobian Morgan is just some run-of-the-mill quarterback. This young man out of Mississippi, he's a Mississippi native, got a scholarship to go play at Syracuse. So he's talented. He was a national recruit. He was talented enough to go up to New York and play for Syracuse. Didn't work out, and even started some games at Syracuse. It didn't work out. Dino Barbers and those guys that got fired, they moved on. It didn't work out. All understandable. It's part of the game. Transfers are a part of college football now. It just is what it is. But this dude, that right there lets you know how talented he is. Second of all, like I said, the 10 touchdowns to only 1 interception, and having all of that all season. But I think a big key point, a key point that I didn't bring up in my last video that I really want to touch on, and I think is going to help Jacobian tremendously, is that there's no confusion on the play calling, and there's no confusion on who's setting the tone for the offense. That's going to be head coach TC Taylor, a guy who is a former play caller, who is a former offense coordinator, and who is a former collegiate quarterback. All of that is going to help Jacobian. And as Jacobian goes, is as far as this team will go. And that's why I think people are sleeping on Jackson State. They feel like they've upgraded that linebacker room that was just terrible for them last year. They feel like they've upgraded that defensive side of the ball, which at times the tackling was terrible for them last year. They led the country in interceptions, but they couldn't tackle people, and their linebackers couldn't cover people. And so they've upgraded that side. Having a better defense is always going to be better for your offense, because you know why? When you have 3 and outs and you get people off the field, that gives your offense the ball more. And so that in turn is going to help Jacobian. So you had all of these factors and the returning wide receivers, Fabian McCray, Isaiah Spencer, some of the guys they were able to bring in through the portal, some of the guys that they feel like are going to be immediate contributors, like Travis Terrell, the freshman running back. You're bringing back Irv Mulligan off an injury. Hopefully you have him healthy throughout the entirety of the season. Not to mention Ahmad Miller and Des Moultrie all made plays for JSU last year. Now this Travis Terrell, young man, freshman out of Georgia, is lighting up camp. Nobody can stop talking about him, whether it's the running backs coach, head coach TC Taylor, KC 1400 Media Group guys, Corey C. Shout out to Corey C. and Tiger Talk. Everybody loves Travis Terrell. All of these things are going to help the signal caller, number 15, who's all of what? What is Jacobian's stature? 6'5", 6'4", 227? All 6'4", 227 of them. Dude's a big man. I think you'll see more goal line packages, and you'll see those passing numbers. I can let's put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there. I think Jacobian Morgan, he threw for 140 yards per game last year. I think he adds 100 yards passing to that total per game this year. I think he throws for 240 yards a game this year. I think he throws for no less than 225, but I think he'll go for 240 a game. Martin, book it. 240 a game. And he'll have 10 rushing touchdowns. So I think he'll throw for 240 a game, between 225 and 240. I'm going to say 240. I say no lower than 225, and 10 total rushing touchdowns. I think both of those are achievable for him. If he does that, this team wins 10 and probably wins 10 games. Probably wins 10 games. He throws for 240 and 10 rushing touchdowns. This team will win 10 games and be probably hosting a SWAC championship game. And if that's the case, I will see you guys in Jackson for the SWAC championship game. I'll see you in Jackson. And I think Jacobian is talented enough to make those things happen. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Is Jacobian Morgan the key to the success down in Jackson, Mississippi this year? Or do you feel like it's the defense or some other part of the team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell, because we upload all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. That is on X and Instagram at JLightsy7. I will see you guys next time. Peace.